All right. I need to be sure that they can hear me. Okay, 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 okay. Um, Good evening, everyone. Please, can you hear me? All right, all right. The initial time says 8 o'clock on the dot, so I am trying to wait till 8 o'clock before we start, while using the same opportunity to wait for the rest of the persons that are meant to join this training section. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Please, I don't know if Favor is actually listening to me. I am actually working on freezing my WhatsApp, okay, so that I don't get distracted. All right. All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I believe you guys can also see my screen, right? Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know. All right, all right, all right. Some persons can see my screen. That means everyone can actually see my screen. This is just 1 minute after 8. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the training section. So actually I'll be sharing my screen, and please, if you have any questions, do well to make sure you ask. Okay, since I believe everyone is seeing my screen, I will just get straight to the point. It's already 3 minutes. I'm the kind of person that actually values punctuality. Yes, people who are actually on time to an event. But of course, it based. All right. Good evening, everyone. If you're coming across my, or should I say, if this is your first time of meeting someone like me, then I will say, nice to meet you as well. So tonight we'll be talking about content writing and copywriting, and I will say, shout out to the people who actually organize this. I mean, a very big shout out to them, because it's not easy to come up with something as crazy as this. Like, it's not easy to actually host an event. It's not easy to either online or physically. It is not easy to host a training section, and a free training session for that matter. Is honestly not easy. It takes a whole lot. I have hosted countless training section, and I will tell you the fact that I am speaking from experience. It is not easy to host a training section. So having them host this training section is actually something I will say, shout out to them. Like, I think recently, should I say, women are the one who are actually doing the most, or should I say they are the most audacious people. Yeah, my gender, we are actually audacious. Shout out to Favor and her partner. I think I don't know her name. Oh, please forgive me. All right, so tonight we'll be talking about content writing and copywriting. I will be sharing with you different everything you need to know about content writing, everything you need to know about copywriting. And I would appreciate you ask a question at the end of the training section. That is because I tend to talk more or enlighten people more when I'm being asked questions. Okay, I tend to talk more and enlighten people when I'm being asked questions. So please do well to ask your question at the end of this training section. All right, do well to ask your question at the end of the training section. So I would like to introduce myself first. Yes, I will introduce myself first so that you get to meet me before. So let it not look like you are actually having a conversation with someone you don't know, or you are learning from someone you don't know. Now, my name is Princess Mokoma. I'm a community manager and as well as a marketing copywriter. I started my journey in 2023 as a copywriter, and so far I've learned from lots of people when it comes to copywriting. I've written copies for brands that I will tell you for a fact that I've actually lost count of the people I've written copies for, as well as lost count of the people I have trained who are actually doing extremely well for themselves currently as a copywriter. And some of them are into different field. Many of them are into different field, but I will tell you that I've lost count of my students. I've lost count of my students. I've been into the copywriting industry. I've learned from lots of persons, from the likes of Professor Emmanuel Abe, Alex Katoni, lots of them I can't even recall. I can't really recall lots of them. But these two people are the people who I would say they are more like a role model to me. So please, can you guys still hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see my screen? Why do I feel like no one can hear me? All right. Okay, so like I was saying, the reason why I could actually mention Professor Emmanuel Abe and Alex Katoni is simply because they are the two persons who I look up to when it comes to the copywriting industry. But I've learned from lots of people. I have studied lots of legend courses, swipe files and all the rest. So this training section is not about me. It's going to be a long one, of which I'll be sharing my screen, educating you guys on lots of things. So I would really appreciate you get a book and a pen, a jotter and a pen, either one, and write down literally everything you'll be learning from tonight's training section. Okay, it's going to be mind-blowing. As much as I would have loved to reduce the time frame, because I was actually given 2 hours, but I would try I would try to make deal with the time frame, because 2 hours is not enough to educate people when it comes to content writing. Talk more of copywriting, it is not enough, but I will try to make good use of the opportunity. All right, make good use of the time frame. So like I've already said, I've introduced myself already. I've trained lots of people when it comes to copywriting, when it comes to content writing, personal branding, what have you. So first, when I said I've trained a lot of persons, this is actually one of my students, Miracle. Actually, I think it was on, today is Wednesday, it was on Monday that he reached out to me and was like, he has been signing clients. And the funniest part of it is that I trained him last year, and I thought that he wasn't really making lots of money from the training, because I haven't been seeing his post reviews or testimonies on his status. So he said he does not post on his status so that so that people will not come for him. But he has been signing mostly majorly foreign clients, and I am into the e-learning brand as a copywriter. Now, when I mean e-learning brand, I mean brand that focuses on educating people on how to acquire digital skill, how to make money online. So him, on the other part, he decided to go into fitness industry that focuses on health and all the rest. Anything that has to do with fitness, that is where he decided to focus on, and he is also making good amount of money for himself. Now, I want you to understand something, that copywriting and content writing can feed you very well. Like, it is a high income skill, it is a sought after skill if you learn it very well. And that is because businesses spend billions, they spend millions of naira, dollars yearly on content and writing high converting ad copies for their brand. Now, for a business person or for a business to make profit, they need the help of a copywriter, someone who understands their audience very well and would also help them communicate the value of their business to people. The main purpose of copywriting is actually to make sales. So every business owner needs a copywriter to make sales. All right, every business owner needs a copywriter to make sales. Now, in today's training session, we'll be learning, like I said, we are going to try as much as possible to cover up everything. Okay, we'll be learning about copywriting and versus content writing, because one of the misconceptions I've heard about people is the fact that they always think that content writing is the same thing as copywriting, whereas content writing has nothing to do with copywriting. Now, let me explain something to you. A copywriter can be a content writer, but a content writer cannot be a copywriter. This means that it is very easy for someone who is into copywriting to know how to write content very well, but someone who is into content writing have to take out his or her time to learn more about copywriting, because copywriting has to do with trying to convince people to take a bold step, to make a decision. Now, in today's training section, we'll be learning about copywriting, about content writing, about the psychology behind persuasion. That has to do with the psychology behind making people take decision, making them take decision. All right. Now, we are also going to be learning about the right way to write when it comes to digital space, the right way for you to write when it comes to digital space, as well as how to write content or copy using ChatGPT. Now, in that aspect, I will be sharing my screen. Like, I would open ChatGPT and show you exactly how to prompt ChatGPT. A lot of persons I have heard a lot of persons say this though. They said that AI will replace copywriters. It's actually a misconception. I've heard lots of persons made, like a lot of persons have been making this silly statement that AI will replace copywriters. Now, AI can only replace a copywriter when the copywriter does not really know how to make good use of ChatGPT. ChatGPT AI is actually there to help reduce the workload if you only know how to prompt it very well. Okay, and also I will tell you how to get started as a copywriter and the right way to get paid as a copywriter. Now, I am not just going to tell you, I am going to explain, break down everything so that you would understand how I started my journey and how I was able to make so much money online as a copywriter. Okay?